In this video, we're going to show you how to self-host the OptiTune management server. With OptiTune, you have the option of either using the cloud-hosted management server at manage.optitune.com or hosting it yourself on your own server or cloud instance. To get started, visit our website. And at the bottom of our OptiTune webpage, you'll find a link for self-hosting the management server. So we visit the Bravura website, then click OptiTune, and then we're going to scroll all the way down. And at the bottom, you'll see this self-host button. You click that, and it takes you to this page to download the OptiTune management server. Now you've got a couple options. If you want to use your own if your own VM, you're going to click download to download the management server. Otherwise, you can also use these pre-built images that we have available on Amazon AWS or Microsoft Azure. So if you're using AWS, all you have to do is click this yellow button and follow the steps, and it'll provision a VM for you with OptiTune already installed. And this is the management server. But in this case, what we're going to show you is how to do it manually. So if you want to run the management server behind your own firewall or something like that, or if you just want to set it up on your own cloud instance, you can do it this way. So we've got a AWS VM running right here. And so this is the AWS VM in the cloud that's already running. I can show you the details of it here. It's just a basic T3.large. I think it has about 8 gigs of RAM, and that's all you need. And here it is. So here's this, we've already remoted into it, and we visited the same page, and we'll hit download. And then we're going to save it somewhere. So it's downloading the entire OptiTune management server. And it's a zip file, so we'll just extract it. Okay, so now it's finished extracting it finally. And basically, we have this simple PowerShell script that we can run. And what this will do is copy the binaries for the OptiTune management server, create the IIS website. It'll download and install SQL Server Express and SQL Server Management Studio. So it'll set it up completely from scratch. But you do need a clean copy of Windows Server 2019 or 2016 for this to work. So what we'll do is we'll just start up PowerShell as an admin user. Then I'll copy this directory, and then we'll just change into this in this directory here. Right click to paste. And here we are. And now I'll just run the install script. Oops. Takes a second for it to tab complete. There we go. So I'm going to start this. Let's see here. Run once. Okay, so it's installing the IIS server role, and it's going to do a whole bunch of things, and we're going to probably fast forward through this because this takes quite a while. But basically, I can tell you a few things about the script. If we go back to our site, you'll see there's another way you can do this. Is you can either use the PowerShell script that we're running, or if you want manual step-by-step instructions, we have that available as well. But it will take quite a bit more time to do it that way. So you can see here the step-by-step instructions if you want to go through all this. Basically, adding the IIS server role, setting up the website, folder permissions. It goes through quite a bit. But that's an option too if you want to do it the old-fashioned way. But going back to our PowerShell script. We'll just wait for this to finish and continue from there. Great, so the script finally finished installing the OptiTune website. And we can see that there's some instructions here. So please do the following to complete the setup. Customize web.config file and modify these entries to use the public URL, for example, manage.mycompany.com. And then the second step is to install an SSL certificate for the website. And this is because we can't just use unencrypted HTTP connections. We need to use an encrypted connection for security. So let's go. It already opened up the web.config file, and we have a DNS name already set up that's pointing to this IP address. So here's the IP address of the management web server. You can see it here too. And we have this domain name pointing to it. So I'm going to change this static content URL to use our domain name. It's manage.acmewidgets.net. And we'll change it here as well. So this is, I guess when it's sending out emails or doing different things, the website needs to know what is the globally accessible URL for your website, and you have to configure that here. So we did that, and we'll hit save. And then just in case you lose track of that file, it's basically, I'll show you where it is. If we go here, it's in OptiTune web, and it's web.config. Here it is. So this is where you'll edit it. And you might also want to customize some of these other things. Anything with the customize with the stars, you can customize. So for example, if you want to add text messaging, you could sign up for a Twilio account. Or if you want to use cloud storage for storing files that are uploaded to the management server, you can set up Azure, but you don't have to. The only things you have to do is set up those two entries here. Okay, so now we've done that. The next thing we need to do is set up an SSL certificate for the website. So we can go to IIS. It's over here. And here is the website. Now, if you already have your own SSL certificate, it's pretty easy. You'll just import it and then associate it with the website. If you want to buy a SSL certificate, you can do that as well. You'd basically go to here to the root node, hit server certificates, and then create certificate requests. And then it's kind of a complicated process, but it can be done. And then you can follow other instructional videos for doing that if you want to do it that way. So this is how you do it if you wanted like a 1 or 2 year SSL certificate. But there's also another easier way you can do this. There now are free SSL certificates available through Let's Encrypt. It's a public organization, and it's a useful thing. The certificates are not valid for very long, maybe a month or two, but they can auto renew. So you can download a tool that will call this organization to request a certificate for your website, and it will renew it every 1 or 2 months. So let's give that a try. So hit get started. We went to let'sencrypt.org, hit get started. And then we say, let's look here. There are many more Acme clients to choose from. Hit that. And we'll go down to the bottom here. And we'll try this one, Certify the Web, because this one seems to be pretty easy to use. So let's just download that. We'll save it. So this is the client application that will request and renew the web certificate for the OptiTune website. Okay, now let's run the installer. Okay, we'll run this application that they have. So we want to set up an entry so that it will create the certificate and renew it. So let's say, I guess it's new certificate. Let's see here. Select domains. Okay, select the website. It's OptiTune. And now this is the external DNS name for this HTTPS or the SSL certificate. And we've already set that up. So it's already pointing to our IP address of this web server here. Okay, so we hit this plus button here to add it. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and request the certificate and see what happens here. Okay, it seems to have worked. So let's see, it expires in 90 days. There it is, manage.acmewidgets.net. And now let's go look at the IIS website, make sure it looks right. See our bindings. Oops, we might have to refresh. We refresh the page. Okay, it doesn't have the binding. There it is. Okay, we're going to add the binding ourselves. Okay. There it is. And we'll make sure, after this is all done, we'll make sure that our firewall does not allow HTTP connections, only HTTPS on port 443. Okay, so now let's go back outside of the server and we'll visit the website directly. Hey, there we are. Finally, it's all done. And you can see we have the certificate set up. We're good to go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The one key thing that we had to do was temporarily enable an HTTP port, or allow the HTTP port, because this certification app required it. But when we're running it in production, we do not want an HTTP port open to the management server. So yeah, so that concludes the video.